Our first question for Coach Sampson is up front to the right. Dennis.
Dennis Dodd, CBS Sports. Kelvin, just what's going through your mind right now? Big picture.
Yeah, I'm just going through those last two possessions more than anything else. It's incomprehensible in that situation. We couldn't get a shot. Got to get a shot. We're down 2, and obviously we didn't need a 3. But, with Emmanuel, we were struggling to score the entire second half. We got, good looks. But Florida was doing a good job running us off the line and forcing us to score it. But we just didn't do a very good job of finishing some shots. Guys that's been in the paint scoring all year. LJ's developed a really good runner, floater. I didn't go very much tonight. Milos. But, give Florida credit, too. I'm not going to sit up here and poor mouth and pity mouth us. We held that team to 65 points. Clayton and Martin combined to go 5 for 20. If you'd have told me we'd hold those two guys to 5 for 20, and we had a good plan. We just didn't score it well enough to win. We scored it well enough to be in a position to win. But it comes down to those at the end. You got to get a shot. That's you got to do better than that.
Coach, next one's up front to the left. Aaron.
Aaron Beard with the AP. Kelvin, what were you hoping to get out of that last play?
Yeah, we have a set where it's a stagger gate, and we thought if we could get Emmanuel to shot fake and get downhill, I have to look back at the film, and I don't know if the ball slipped out of his hands or Clayton had his back. Yeah, he probably should have shot faked that. That's both those guys, Richard and Martin, both really good defensively. Clayton made a great play on that, but that's why you got to shot fake and get in the paint. 2's fine. Jaywan has been awesome all year. Tonight was not his night. Florida was really physical with the way they were chucking and bumping when he was going. And he had a lot of balls that just fell right off the rim, seems like. At the end of the day, they scored 65, we scored 63. They struggled scoring on us, and we struggled scoring on them. That's what, when it gets down to the 2 best teams left, it's not going to be easy for either team.
Third row on the left.
Hey, Coach. Evan Miyakawa from evanmia.com. Tonight, you guys only had 5 assists. That's the fewest you've had in a game since 2020. Was there anything that Florida was doing, do you think, that took away?
What's your first name?
Evan Miyakawa.
Well, let me explain how an assist works, Evan. I'm not sure, but when you throw the ball to somebody and they score, that's an assist, right? Well, we threw the ball a lot to Jaywan in the post, and he missed some shots that he normally makes. So those were potential assists that we had a lot. We just didn't make a lot of shots. I don't know if it's certainly Florida. Let's give them credit for being a good defensive team. But we threw the ball and passed the ball enough to get more assists. We just didn't make enough shots. That's what I would say right off the bat. But you're the stat guy, right?
On the right side, Coach, just to the left of the aisle.
Kirk Bowles from the Houston Chronicle. Kelvin, as good as your guards are, and as many turnovers as you guys have forced all year long, how rare is it that the turnover bug kind of bit you the last 4 minutes?
Yeah, the last 4 minutes. Our defense was so good. The first half. And of course, a big part of our defensive plan was Clayton, because he's elite. He really is. We missed an assignment when he came off. If we wanted him to not, our goal was to not give him a full court layup. He gets that a lot watching the SEC games. So we took that away, and we didn't want him to get a shot going to his left. If he was going to shoot a three, we wanted it going right. And we did an awesome job on that except for one. He made a big one late. I don't remember how much time it was, but I'm proud of our guys for how they guarded tonight. That was a tough ball game. Two tough teams. Florida's tough. Martin's a tough defender. He gave LJ some problems. The big kid, Condon at 6'11", and Chinyelu. Those guys are all big, strong, physical guys, just like our guys are. We got an offensive rebound, chance to get a kick-out three, and JoJo did the one thing that we really emphasized: don't bring the ball down. Turned into a turnover. Probably put them on the line a little too much, and they made their free throws. But the way we look tonight, we've won a lot of games like that. We just, some nights we struggle offensively, but we usually find ways to win. Tonight we didn't.
Second row center, likely the last question.
Kelvin, to what degree did the way that they were breaking out on you, which is something that you rarely ever face, Adi Joseph, CBS, the way that they were breaking out on you early in the game to get some long passes to the big men,
Yeah.
did that surprise you? Was that something that you were...
Well, it surprised me that we didn't do a better job guarding it. But it didn't surprise me that they did it. They're good at that. But, we settled in. That was a couple, they'd score 2 or 3 early, I think, and I'm not sure they got another one after that. Our guys figured that out. I think by the time we got to the first TV timeout, we kind of sometimes guys try to guard their man in transition, and you have to guard the guy that has the deepest position. But again, we're disappointed we lost. We thought this was a game that if we played well, we could win. And we did play well. We just didn't play very good the last 3 minutes, and that's been a strength of ours all year long, was winning close games. Tonight we didn't. But give credit to Coach Golden and Florida. They're a very worthy champion.
I want to thank Coach Sampson for joining us tonight and all week, and congrats on the run to the title game.